Welcome, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Um, the last 24 hours for me have been a little annoying, irritating, frustrating. Yeah. Now, not the whole 24 hours, okay? Not the entire 24 hours. I I ate really good food. I um was on a live stream last night, which was really fun, but they played with some copyright stuff and it got hopefully temporarily taken down. But that channel's name is Hannibal and Monty. I highly recommend that you guys, they're not crime. They're just a couple of really funny, fun guys with a really fun channel. And we get to talk about literally anything. And it was really fun to do that. And listening to them, they do this every week, So um, I do recommend them highly very much because they're one of my favorite channels for sure. Now, I had a great time. I did, but it was funny because I went from I was all annoyed and frustrated from this time yesterday up until up until I ate, and then 9:30 when that started, and and had a great time, and then watched half of a movie before I got too tired, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up to the same madness. And when I say madness, okay, now this is also the type this is also the type of stream that I like to call a subscriber house cleaning, okay, because those of you there's going to be some of you aren't going to like what I have to say, and you're going to be like, and I'm going to be like, because when something gets to me, man, I'm going to speak up on it. That is just one thing that I guarantee that you will get from this channel. If something is on my mind, you will get an absolute genuine response to that. And it's and so I'm going to have some unpopular opinions. Big shocker there. But so yesterday, Adventures with Purpose. Now, before I get into that, I want to say that I think that we are all of us are very grateful that they were able to bring closure to Kylie's family. Okay. All of us are very grateful for that. That is going to go without saying. I've had these conversations with people over the last couple of days. BC, thank you so much. Let's see what you have to say. I just don't understand why AWP is handling this differently than the norm. Why open themselves up to criticism? Disappointing. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. I promise. Thank you again, BC. And it was refreshing to log on because I thought that my chat was going to be worse than any Upchurch stream. Honestly, I thought it was going to be really bad. But so far, you guys are I'm really glad. Maybe the subscriber house cleanings that I've done in the past have finally taken some effect here, and I've narrowed down the audience that's going to enjoy this channel. But like I was saying, I do believe that all of us are in agreement that Adventures with Purpose, finding Kylie's vehicle and finding her body, may she rest in peace, that is a very heroic thing that they did. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt about it. They caught something that law enforcement missed, which does happen. Okay, that does not make them more qualified in finding people than law enforcement. It means that they're more qualified with the equipment that they have and the training that they have to find things in waters where she was found. Okay. So I want to be very, very clear about that. All right. Because they're great at what they do. There's no taking away from that. They're great at what they do. Now, public relations, that might be a little different. We're going to get into some of that. One thing that I'm going to say, these guys, first off, the first thing that I saw, I noticed that they did a video. They made a video, a little short, I guess 49-minute long documentary thing. I have not watched it yet. A 49-minute long thing regarding Kylie's vehicle, and they released it and they set it to members only. Okay, I mean, sure. Kate the Great, welcome. They set this thing to members only. Now, that wouldn't bother me so much, okay, if there weren't so many other factors that come with that. If that had been the only thing that they had done in the last 24 hours that got on my nerves, oh shit, fucking tatted Jedi. All right, let's get this over with. Team Upchurch, boo the Glarer. I hate the Glarer. Upchurch is good at country music. Thank you, tatted Jedi. I appreciate that. So if it wasn't for a bunch of other things, in the first thing that happened, somebody sent me some screenshots and explained the situation to me because they were in this chat. And basically there was a channel, and I don't know if I've ever watched her or not, but her channel's called Burden of Proof. Okay. And I don't know how many subs she has or anything like that. All I know is the number of people that I see in chat watching. So I don't imagine that she gets a whole lot of views. And there's 51 people in her chat. Now, apparently what was going on here was that she was streaming. I guess she's paid for the membership, and she was streaming the Adventures with Purpose little documentary. And people do that all the time. Now, they get wind of this. They get wind of this little old channel. And they say here, as you can see, this is copyrighted. This is our content out to members only. Shut this down at Burden of Proof. No, please. No, nothing. Rubbed me the wrong way, but didn't totally convince me of anything, But it bothered me because I was just like, man, there's like hardly anybody watching this, dude. Like, what's the big deal? At the end of the day, I understand, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that that's taking money out of your pocket. Okay, cool, great. How do I feel about that? Irrelevant. But if it were me, okay, and even if I felt like this was taking money out of my pocket, economically speaking, I'd still say, you know what? It's only a few people watching. What does that do? It still gets our name out there. Maybe even through this, somebody will donate to our organization so that we can help more people. I mean, that's what I would think. I wouldn't just quickly go, oh my God, you're taking money out of my pocket. Because if I was really thinking about my organization at this point, I'd be like, not sure I like it. But at the end of the day, it hurts us more just to scold this person and make her stop streaming it. You know, like, right? And then there's more here. And then, like, he corrects himself and he's like, we appreciate your support, but you are crossing the line. What line, dude? What line? What line are you talking about? The line where, you know, somebody misses. I don't even know how much a membership is for that channel. You know, I mean, and I know they're planning on releasing it. You know, I know they're planning on releasing it for the public, for everyone, in the next couple of days. But you know, why not? Why not sell memberships for the next few days? You know, why not use this to milk memberships? Because everybody's talking about this case, and this is the first high profile $6.99 a month. And this is the first really high profile case we've got. I mean, let's not forget, folks, it doesn't start here, okay? It doesn't start here. The only reason, right? The only reason that, remember, I did a live stream and I was like, and I said Kiely Rodni found. That's how I headlined it with question marks. Kiely Rodni found, because I didn't get the news. I didn't get this news from mainstream media. I didn't get this news from law enforcement. I got it from somebody who sent me a screenshot of their post from their Facebook page. So these guys emerge from the water and then log on to Facebook just to make sure they're the first to put that information out there so that you know it was them. Does it still make them heroes? So far, sure. Still a heroic thing that they did. When I say heroic, it's like when I'm trying to say rural. I can't do it. Heroic. I got it now. Is it still a heroic thing? Sure. You know, because at the end of the day, they still pulled that car out of the water. They found it. They pulled it out. It is what it is. You know, and again, we're all grateful to them for that. But then now, and this is what bugs me, because I think I'm starting to understand something here. So there's this SF Investigates guy. Guys know who he is? Apparently, he's the private investigator that either volunteered or was hired for the Kiely Rodni case. Okay. Now, he was there. Now, let me actually get to that. He tweets. I'm not sure what date this is, but you know, this was a couple of days ago, a few days ago, even maybe, where he tweets that waitress read it on social media. I was informed by the DX the Mystery, who read it on AWP social media, and then I was forced to tell the father and grandfather. Those are the facts. Jennifer forced those to be disclosed. Blame her, AWP. We are going to be quiet about it. But I mean, you're not being very quiet about it. And the vibe I'm getting from this SF dude and AWP is they're both very, very glory hungry. And that would initiate some sort of competition between the two of them naturally. Sure, it would. So, you know, I mean, this guy was the private investigator working on the case, and he's going to be a little pissed off that it wasn't him that found Kiely. So that's understandable. There's an ego thing going on here. I get it totally. But I'm going to read this again. The waitress read it on social media. Okay. Now, supposedly this is what happened. Supposedly what happened was, the mom, oh, and I'm not sharing it. I'm sorry about that, guys. So apparently what happened was the mom, Kylie's mom, was sitting in a diner or something, and the story is that the waitress read it on social media and had to be the one to tell uh, Kylie's mom that she was found, and she didn't get that news. But see, there's all kinds of wrong stuff here, because from what I understand, and everybody credible who has watched their documentary so far, they've told me that both the grandfather and the dad were there, or the grandfather and someone else in the family, maybe the grandmother, I'm not sure. But two members of the family were actually there with him, with this SF Investigates guy. So if that were the case, then why wasn't he quick to call the mom if she's at the diner? Why is he tweeting? I mean, because it sounds kind of bitter, right? Stepdad. Okay, thank you. Or father and grandfather. Okay. I it's irrelevant right now, but thank you. Um, why is this guy, you know, just taking jabs at AWP? You know what I mean? So there's this clear little clout thing going on here, like a competition for clout between this investigator and AWP, or at least there appears to be from AWP so far. And one thing that bugs me about this is just this thing going on between them is just another is another sideshow act for the circus that has become Kylie's case. That's it. I mean, now that's the point of this stream. This stream is to demonstrate. This stream is merely to demonstrate how this girl's case has become a circus. I mean, and he's like, the father and grandfather were standing right there. So why is this guy saying this? You see what I'm saying? I actually reached out to this dude before I saw this for to invite him on this channel. He didn't decline. He didn't even answer me. But I also saw that on a public tweet, somebody asked him to go on somebody's channel, and he was like, "No, because we're not looking for any type of attention." But dude, if you're not looking for attention, then why are you tweeting all this shit? You know what I mean? Like, since Coffin Daffer is suggesting I'm a fraud and wasn't the one put in a horrible position to notify Kylie's father and grandfather, and instead is accusing me, I will tell the actual truth. AWP never notified either parent. Her mother learned from a waitress at a sushi restaurant, which is in reference to that previous text. So according to this guy, this is what he's saying, right? But what people are telling me that watch the video, very credible people are telling me, and I mean multiple credible people who watch this video, have told me that they saw the father, grandfather, and that guy at the site as they were pulling out the car. So what do you mean? Now, again, was it when they were pulling out the car, or was it when they discovered the car? Because I'm going to make a very interesting point here. I like to play devil's advocate with myself, if you guys haven't noticed. Was it when the car was being pulled out, or was it when the car was found? Because I'd love to know. right after they discovered the car. No, I'm saying I know that's when the I know that's when the Facebook post was made. I'm saying were Kylie's grandfather and father and that private detective at the site when the car was pulled, when the car was discovered, not pulled but discovered. I know they were there when it was pulled. I'm saying when it was discovered, were they there? That's what I'm asking. They were still in the water when they called the grandma. So they never had a chance to get out and post that on Facebook, is what you're saying, Cherry? Because I'm here trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so if they were never out of the water, that means that what are they posting on Facebook underwater? No, they're not. And if they were there, then I don't know what this private detective is talking about. He's totally full of shit. So, I mean, I was going to say, I mean, there would be a difference if the family and the private detective didn't show up until they were actually pulling the vehicle. There would have been plenty of time for that word to spread around that they found the car. There would have been plenty of time. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a family issue right there. I'm just talking about, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but that's a family issue. I'm not going to get in the middle of that. That's none of our business. The question is whether or not were AWP were so quick to post on Facebook and that was the first thing on their mind was the glory, or was the closure for the mom and her family the most important thing? That's the question that I'm exploring right now. What was more important to AWP? Was it the glory for finding Kylie, or was it the closure for her family? That's the question that I'm exploring right now. So LE pulled the car out. That would make sense too. Okay, so family was told first. A lot of people are saying, a lot of credible, well, one credible person and then people in here are saying that they were the ones that called the family. So, okay. But yeah, in order to actually form a full opinion on that aspect of things, I'm going to have to watch the video. Now, I did see a clip of the video, which I'm going to, this brings me to my next point. I did see a clip of this video where they were interviewing some guy who was, I guess, a truck driver, right? Uh, they were interviewing a guy who is a truck driver who supposedly says that he saw Kylie at 11 a.m. the next day after the party. So apparently, sorry, I'm looking at chat too. Apparently, what had taken place was this dude saw Kylie, a truck driver, whatever, and he saw her with a guy wearing a San Francisco Giants baseball cap. Okay. And then what they do in this video, all right, what they do in this video is they show a picture of just like one that was on sale on Amazon or something, like a brand new one, a picture of a San Francisco Giants baseball cap as an example to demonstrate what the guy is describing he saw. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I didn't hear the guy say anything like it was all black, the lettering was black, blah, blah, blah. He didn't do all that. He was just like he was wearing a San Francisco baseball cap. Okay. That's an interesting thing because now what does that do? Okay, people, this is what really, really bothers me. Okay. Because everyone, and I mean everyone, knows and saw this. 1 second. Diggs, thank you so much. Their Facebook post was at 2:30. They enter the water at 10:41. Nick's radar found car at 11:15. Then by 12:15, Nick and Doug's radar confirmed. Then they moved RV, did the dive, and made the calls. Okay, that's very specific. Thank you, Diggs. I appreciate that. I should be paying you for that information. Thank you. Now, everyone now is all in a twist. Now, these guys did this shit on purpose because this is the thing. They showed AWP. This is why I say this. A lot of you are going to get mad at me about this, man, but there's subtle little fucking things that you do in order to gain subscribers, what you do is you create controversy. It's a very, very easy thing to do. And this is something that I have called out YouTubers for doing ever since I started. It's no different than what MGL has done. It's no different than what BHB has done. It's no different than what JLR has done. It's no different than what Critical K used to do. It's no different than any of that. Because what they did was they took a cap, okay, and they looked it up and they used that as the demonstration when this guy said just vaguely a San Francisco Giants cap. Okay, you know how many different San Francisco Giants caps there are? Do you have any idea? Like people, like there's a chain of stores called Lids that's huge and has so many. Each store has so many different hats, sports hats. You can get, leopard skin San Francisco baseball hats. You can get all kinds of different types of San Francisco Giants baseball hats. It's not difficult. And you know what? A very common one would be an all black one with black lettering. Very common. It would be extremely common. Because I'll tell you what, if I'm buying a baseball cap, I'm buying a St. Louis Cardinals hat. Okay? I'm buying a St. Louis Cardinals hat, and I've seen the one that I would get. And guess what? It's identical to the San Francisco hat, except with the St. Louis logo. It's all black. I'm not going to get their colors. You think I'm going to get a red St. Louis baseball cap and wear that? When have you ever seen me wearing bright red? It's just not, it's not my style. That does not go with my drip, people. I'm going to get the all black one. Goes with anything. That's it. Easy. Most people would go that route. Even if they're not San Francisco fans. Think about that. But so that doesn't prove anything. But the fact that they picked that one, that happened to be identical to the one that Jagger was wearing in the interview, what does that say? Why would they pick that one? Why would they pick the identical cap that Jagger was wearing if they weren't trying to stir some shit up and put that in their documentary? Yeah, exactly. They're marketing their YouTube channel is what they're doing. They're marketing their YouTube channel, period. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Because I'm going to shut that down. I haven't even gotten I'm about halfway through here. That doesn't prove jack shit. It doesn't prove anything. And now, and the fact that they're doing that, and you're sitting there saying that it's in the name of good marketing, fuck you for that. Whoever said that shit in my chat, fuck you for that. And I'll tell you why fuck you for that. Because if that kid had nothing to do with what happened to Kylie, He's grieving over her. He dated her. He misses her. They had moments together. You don't know shit about these people. And now you're going to imply, with all the credibility in the world that comes with this case, because they earned all the credibility in the world by being the people that discovered her. Now, people are saying that this kid is guilty of a crime. When AWP are just went on some fucking Zav Girl, I can't stand that channel, by the way, but they go on Zav Girl's channel and they say that they're suspicious of it being foul play. Dude, you're not qualified to say what's suspicious of foul play and what isn't. You find stuff in the water. That's it. That's all you do. Now, it's great that you do it. Don't get me wrong. But what you did so irresponsibly. Now I'm watching YouTube go insane, throwing insane accusations, baseless accusations at a young kid. Now, who knows? Maybe there was foul play. Maybe there was. But that's not for you to assume. And that's not for you to create a narrative and spin it when everybody is just waiting to find out what you have to say about this. What you did was the most irresponsible shit in the world. So between you bullying people over I don't see why you guys aren't just fucking people trying to build a YouTube channel. You can sit there all day and say, oh, well, it's to support what we do and blah, blah, blah. Dude, if you guys would have been humble, if you guys would have just shut the fuck up and talked to only law enforcement or held a press conference with law enforcement or something to that effect and just been humble and stayed the fuck off shitty YouTubers' channels, you would get so many more donations. Dude, ABC would be all up on you, dude. All the fucking major networks would be all up on you, and you would be getting donations left and right. You would be getting bombarded with donations simply by acting heroic, presenting yourselves as heroic. And when I say heroic, I mean, Superman heroic, not Homelander from The Boys heroic. A lot of you aren't going to get that reference. Very different. Very different. There's virtue. You guys haven't shown any virtue since this thing has happened. And then there's this. You guys all know me from, well, not all of you, but many of you that are in here tonight or today know me as someone who has, now hold on. Before I move on to that, there's another point I want to make here, actually. There's another point that I'm going to make. Just because these guys are sitting here, and so you guys don't sit there and put all this investment into Adventures with Purpose, being investigators of any kind. I just want you to watch this quick video. And it is a quick one.
Okay, everyone.
Now this guy's name is, his channel is Psycho Babble Rap. But he makes a very, very interesting point here.
Feel compelled to clear up some bad information that was shared on Zav Girl's live stream with Adventures with Purpose and Ryan Upchurch. At the 14-minute mark in the video clip that she uploaded from the live stream, Jared is asked the question, was the car in neutral? And they had come to the determination that it must have been because the wheels were free spinning when the car was being towed out of the water. I'm a retired ASE master technician that has rebuilt many of those transmissions.
Retired.
And in fact, I spent quite a few years of my career as a service manager in a Honda dealership. The 2013 Honda CR-V is equipped with a centric style automatic transmission torque converter clutch that will allow the transmission to free spin in any gear when the engine is not running.
Really?
Doesn't matter what gear it's in. If the engine's not running, the tires will free spin. You can push the car. The only time that the wheels would not spin with the engine not running would be in park. But if the car was in drive, if the car was in reverse, if it was in first, the wheels would free spin if the engine's not running. And this can be confirmed by anybody that owns a Honda CR-V that just takes the time to shut the car off while it's in drive and then see if you can push it. Because I guarantee you can. It'll free spin just like it's in neutral. So that's bad information, Jared and Ryan. You guys are wrong about that. And that needs to be cleared up.
He's nicer than I am.
Let's talk about BetterHelp.
If you ever feel anxious, depressed.
All right. Now, that's my issue with. Now, I know that they never said that they were investigators. I know that. I see you guys in chat going, oh my God, they never said they were investigators. I know they never said that. But the problem is that they are accountable in the sense that there are so many stupid fucking people on YouTube. And we've seen the evidence of it because now everybody's like foul play, foul play, foul play. Why? Because this fucking guy who found the body says that he's suspicious of foul play. Because the car was in neutral and because her body was found in the hatch part of the car and because a window was either broken or it was rolled down. I don't know. But here's the point. Until the professionals, the forensic professionals that will do the forensic investigation of that car and of that accident, because it is an accident until said so otherwise by law enforcement. So until everything has been investigated regarding this accident goes, like, it's just law enforcement that can tell you those answers. They're the only ones that can give you those answers. So nothing has been answered yet. So in the meantime, all of you assholes that are jumping to the conclusion and posting all over social media and making asshole videos, making out this kid to be guilty of a crime that we don't even know took place, fuck you. Every one of you. That's a kid, man. It's a fucking kid. And like, hold on. Let me just move on to something else here before I get too heated, because I do get heated. Sorry about that, folks. This was something that bugged me. Now, this was posted by a channel called Nerd Report. Apparently they have a good following. I have not, I just became familiar with them, but this is Nerd Report. It's an interesting little video.
My mind is blown. Remember Ryan Upchurch implied that Kylie Riley was fake? Well, wouldn't that mean that AWP was lying? But check this out.
First of all, Zap, thank you for, everything you've been doing, as well as all the others. Pleasure to meet everyone. So, first of all, Zap, thank you for, everything you've been doing, as well as all the other YouTubers, and Ryan as well. You definitely sent us over a lot of new subscribers and, your guys' support in all this. So thank you to everyone and all of you.
Wow. Yeah. So Ryan really supported you. Let's forget about the fact that he completely, totally told 3 million people that you guys were completely full of shit, that you didn't find anything, because how could you find something that doesn't exist? But you're thanking them for the subscribers though, right? Because, that's important. That's important, right? Let's thank Ryan Upchurch for the subscribers. Let's not let's not call him out and be like, hey, listen, dude. I'm not trying to start any shit here, but or just even some little jab. But no, what it seems like to me is everything that I'm going over so far leans towards these guys being nothing but glory hound, clout chasing assholes. That's what it boils down to me. Again, I'm not taking away from the fact that they found Kylie. Great, they did. But did they do it for the glory? Or did they do it for the closure for her family? I mean, which one? Because I haven't seen anything. Now, maybe it's out there and I missed it. Okay. I want to be fair. Grandmaster Sid Sophos, thanks, buddy. The Glare champions the corner of the oppressed and downtrodden. Class act, man. Thanks, buddy. I didn't know that word because he's from the UK, and that's so I'm just, maybe it's out there and I missed it, but I haven't seen them making any public statements in regards to her family and you know, whatever the thoughts and prayers shit that everybody says. I haven't seen any type of comforting, nothing. All these guys have done is blow themselves up and focus on that being what's important to them and showing us all that that's what's important to them. I haven't seen anything outside of that. And at the cost of what? At the cost of adding to the circus to where this girl can't rest in peace, adding to the circus to where that's not allowing her family to grieve in peace, adding to the circus of people speculating and accusing somebody who may be perfectly innocent of a crime that never probably even took place, and making this poor kid's life miserable now. Thank you, Ashley. He throws a bunch of jabs in the rest of the video. I mean, but even still, dude, like, I just don't respect that shit. Like, this Upchurch did the fucking most disgusting shit that a YouTuber could do in a crime case that I've seen yet. By not even acknowledging this young girl's existence and trying to convince 3 million people that she didn't exist. Completely, literally, not only minimized her existence, but tried to eliminate her existence. I don't have any respect for any person, any human being that has been involved in this case who's not going to call that dude out for that. No respect. I say you have no balls. I have no respect for anybody who would not call him out for that. Even, I mean, he could have done it professionally. He could have done it. I mean, I know I have my own way of doing things. I'm not saying that he should have gone up there, cussed him out, made fucking silly impressions of him. I'm not saying he should have done that. But the fact of the matter is even the Placer County Sheriff's Department called him out, which I've never even seen happen. I've never seen that happen. Even the Placer County Sheriff's Department called Ryan Upchurch out for his shit. And they did it in the classiest way. They did it privately. They didn't blast him. He's the one that blasted it. He took screenshots of their message to him, and then he posted it in his community. Oh, shut up with that. Seriously, not everyone tries to get the last laugh. It's not about getting the last laugh. Maybe that's how you think. I'm talking about simply making someone accountable for their fucked up actions when you're in a perfect position to do it.
viewers.
There you have it. AWP thanked Ryan Upchurch, who blamed random YouTubers for the case. Very, very strange and disappointing. But what do you all have to say?
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, they thanked him. They thanked him. And then, oh, you got my email, blah, blah, blah. It's unreal, man. It's totally unreal. Like, this is like, I mean, you can ask anybody that's been DMing with me the last 24 hours, man. Like, I have been heated about this since it started. One thing after the other. One thing after the other. This poor girl has nobody with a public platform genuinely having her back. This poor girl's memory, her family. People are sitting there throwing mud at the mom, saying that the mom is ungrateful to them. You think that the mom is ungrateful? Really? You think that the mom is ungrateful to Adventures with Purpose for finding their daughter? No. But she's not blind. If she's pissed off, and I don't know if she is or not, genuinely, I don't know. But if she's pissed off, first of all, she has a right to be, because these guys are walking around acting like, I mean, this is just some subject now. Everybody seems to have forgotten that this is a 16-year-old little girl that lost her entire future. It's gone. Everybody in her life that loved her no longer has her there anymore. And everybody has forgotten that. Everybody just wants to solve the crime. When none of you guys are, and neither am I, but I don't try to be. But nobody here is qualified to try to solve this. Like, I was like, you could ask some of those people I was DMing with. I was just like, man, this fucking true crime thing, I don't know how much more of it I can take. Like, it's so disheartening, people. Like, it's so disheartening. It's so disappointing when you see people be so human in the ugliest sense of the word. You know, it used to be a beautiful thing to be human. And right now, regarding this case, the majority of the humans, to me, are just gross, just self-serving shitbags. And we're all, I mean, it's in our nature, dude. You know what I mean? Like, we're all self-serving shitbags to some degree or another. That's absolutely true. We all are. But then there are those of us who try not to be. Like, we make an effort to not be, so that we can evolve, you know? Like, I want my, you know, I want my kids to live in a better world where they don't wake up in the morning and, you know, are like, Jesus Christ, man, this place sucks. You know? But nobody gives a fuck about Kylie or her family in this entire situation. They could say it all day. They could sit there and be like, oh man, thoughts and prayers, you know, but what about this Jagger kid? What? And that happens constantly. dude, I feel like things happen for a reason, man. Like I'm gonna get a little personal, but not too much. But I had a when I first started on YouTube, man, I was so green. I had no idea how to handle YouTube and how to deal with it and how to have relations with other YouTubers and things of that nature. I had no idea. Shit, my only example of it at the time was Critical K. You know, think about that. I had to like get my own wheels and then be like, wow, K is fucked up. And these people are fucked up. And these people are fucked up. I don't want to be like these people. You know, I had to do that. But early on, before that happened, I was on panel with Gray Hughes Investigates on somebody else's panel, a creator named Science Girl. And I was on his panel and I had been drinking and I was totally just talking down to this guy when I had absolutely no business doing that. Right. And 1 second. BC, thank you so much. Comes down to disappointment. We held AWP on a pedestal and praised them for all their amazing work, which they have earned. They tarnished it a bit yesterday with comment sharing panel with Ryan Upchurch. I agree. And thank you so much, BC. I appreciate it. But it was funny because, you know, and then he blocked me, rightfully so. He was just, because I was a total dick. I was eating chips and shit while he was talking. It was just gross. Like I regretted it immediately the next day. I remember listening to it going, oh my God, what was I doing? What was I thinking? And I didn't even really know him as a creator yet. And then later on, I got to know him as a creator. And I was just like, this dude is the best true crime creator that there is. And the reason why I say that, and I say that hands down, I say that because nobody touches his investigative skills. Nobody does. But he's also extremely ethical. He does exactly, I hadn't listened to the guy for a long time because I was like, well, if he blocked me, then fuck him. Then you know what I mean? Like, but there were a couple of cases that I really wanted to hear his insight on, and I would listen to him. And let's see, Nerd Report. Thanks, buddy. Hey, I appreciate Upchurch reply to my video in the comments. I'm sure he did. I'll go check that out. I will check that out in a second. And thanks, man. Thanks for putting that video up. I appreciate it. But I realized something about Gray that, I mean, I was in his chat yesterday before I went on the stream with Hannibal and Monty, and he was like saying the same thing, just in a very calmer, cooler way. Because I realized the same things that annoy me, and it's validating coming from a creator like him, who's as thorough as he is. It's validating when I hear him say the same things that I'm thinking and not afraid to do it. Because he was like, yeah, Adventures with Purpose. I'm seeing I saw a lot of stuff today, and they put up a video, and they, something about the Jared kid, the Jagger kid. I think they should just stick with finding stuff in the water, and then leave the investigating alone. And when I do impressions of Gray, man, like it's endearing. It's because I just think he's great. Like I but I was like relieved to hear. I was like, oh, fuck, thank God, man, because you get scared, man. You get scared talking about this stuff because so many people just get blinded by one thing and they get this tunnel vision. Like, okay, well, they found Kylie, but they're not looking at all the other things. They're not using their retrospect. They're just not doing that. Rachel Angelo, thank you so much. Just got here. Sorry, I'm late. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to not support what they do. I'm saying, can we please skip to using some common sense and put the focus where it belongs? Which is just let it be. Everything's been done. Her body's been found. Investigators are looking into it. If there's a crime, law enforcement will figure it out. Adventures with Purpose are not going to figure that out. Law enforcement is. Professionals, FBI agents. They're all going to look into this. They're all looking into it right now. And I'm telling you, I said it before, all you people that are waiting for an autopsy report, guess again. You all seem to forget that she's a minor. That's not going to be public record. That's not going to be released to the public unless her mom allows it to be released to the public. You're never going to know. You're never going to know exactly what happened to Kylie. You're never going to know unless there's a trial. So just know that what you guys are doing and spinning all these narratives and adding to this circus that is this poor girl's death, you might be, because what you're thinking that you're going to get out of it, which is closure for yourself, selfish fucks. What you think you're going to get out of it, which is closure for yourself by knowing what's in that autopsy report. Well, guess what? You're probably never going to know, because if I was her mother, I would never release that shit. And I hope she doesn't. I hope you fucking leeches never see that shit. Never. Like, I hope that's the case. So since you're never going to get that closure for yourselves, maybe the right thing to do is shut the fuck up and allow Kylie's family to work through their closure and get there, because they haven't gotten there yet. Thanks to you. And Adventures with Purpose, you guys are just facilitating this because you want to line your pockets. And it's bullshit. And it fucking sucks. And it's disappointing as fuck. It's disappointing as fuck. But I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate you. And I love you. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.